I've been working on an indoor hydroponic project for a long time. I've done 2 other videos on it. The first one was on crack key versus DWC. That was the installation, setting up the experiment. The second video was on my final determination, which one worked better, the crack key or the DWC. You can go check out those videos down in the comments below. But in this video, we're going to go over the problems, definite problems that you are going to come across in hydroponics that has to do with all water-based problems, okay? We're gonna go over pH problems, which definitely happened to me. We're gonna go over electrical conductivity problems, that definitely happened to me. And that measures the amount of nutrients that are inside of the water. The third one is water levels, which are gonna go super down, which goes back into more problems, like the fourth one, biofilm. What the heck is biofilm? Will you see that in your hydroponics and what to do about it? Because I don't really have a good idea as to what to do about that. Let's go. What's going on, people? I'm the ADHD gardener, using gardening and houseplants and humor as a form of mental health therapy, sobriety, and also learning how to navigate this crazy ass world with ADHD. And I got some major hydroponic problems. I got these 4 plants I've been working on for a long time. These are cabbages. So these required 5-gallon buckets, and I'm going to link those videos that I've done before down in the comments below, so you can go check out at least that second video experiment on what was the result of which one worked out better, the crack key or the DWC. And my preference is that, you know what, I got rid of the DWC. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go stick strictly with crack key, because for me personally, it was less work and also still quite effective. But however, this is going to happen to you in long-standing hydroponic plant issues. You know what I mean? Like if you're not going to see this if you're growing something small like leafy greens or like salad stuff, but if you're growing larger vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, cabbages, you're going to see this problem. At least one or more of these problems. So the first problem that we have right here is water levels. The water levels are bound to go down. They're just going to go down over time because the plants are getting, sucking up all that water. So that means the water levels are going to be super, super low. Now, how do you know when to add water, when to change the water? Is that water is going to go super, super low. That means you're always going to have to pay attention on the water levels. And sometimes if your water levels are that low, then your plant is going to be suffering through crunchy leaves and all that because they're struggling to get some, water, basically. Not only were these water levels low, like it needed more, more water, there had to be something more to that, like pH. So I wound up testing the existing water levels that were inside of these containers, and those pH was low, very, very low, which means it was a very, very acidic environment. Now, some plants do like acidic environments, but this was too damn low. This was like 4 point something, 5, and that's low, which means that is definitely going to impact the amount of nutrients that are going to get sucked up from the plant. And that's a no-no, okay? Every plant has a specific pH requirement. So what you need to do is get your handy-dandy tester and get the testing for everything. Now, this meter is a 5-in-1, okay? It tests pH levels. It tests electrical conductivity, which is the next issue. I'm thinking to myself, man, is it crunching up and yellowing because it has too much nutrients in it or just not enough nutrients in it? So I tested all the water levels for the electrical conductivity and they were all low. That was telling me that this needed nutrients on top of it all, okay? So with 3 problems already we have. The low water levels needed to be replenished. The pH levels were whacked out as very, very low and acidic as heck. And then the third one was the EC was off, which means I needed more nutrients in this plant. So that's probably all those combined was definitely the cause of the yellowing and the crunching of the leaves. So, but the other main problem that I was having right here was a new one. But we're going to get to that biofilm thing anyway. So what I did was, first, so for the water levels, I just wanted to refill it. All you got to do is refill it up. Now, depending, okay, ideally you would want to have a nice, clean, super clean environment. So sometimes, in certain cases, you may want to re-clean this entire container. Make it all clean all over again, okay? So if you're doing indoors and you do not have the availability of going outside again to fix the problem, like I'm going to do later on, then you want to re-clean everything. Just clean it all, okay? That's going to take time and effort. I know it's not cool. It kind of sucks. but sometimes that's what you're gonna have to do. I did not do that. I just filled this up with water. I just refilled it all up and left it as is. Sometimes that works, depending on how clean an environment you are keeping it in general. Okay, but some you may want to just re-clean it and re-sterilize it and the whole shebang. Okay, so that takes care of the water levels. The next one, the pH issue. What are we gonna do about that? I have something called, look, pH up and pH down. This is exactly what you could buy. You could buy it off of Amazon, and you can use this to regulate the pH levels. Mind you, you're going to need that pH meter. So if you don't got this pH meter, then you ain't gonna know. You're not gonna know what the pH levels are. So you really need this in the first place for any hydroponic project, okay? So those pH levels have been fixed because I was just altering the pH levels with this, these liquids. So once you fix that, okay, so we fix the water levels, we fix the pH, looking all good, everything measured okay. Now we got the third problem, electrical conductivity. So here we are today to correct the electrical conductivity, which means, hey, I need to test this all again with that meter. So you're gonna take the meter, you're gonna be testing all this and look at what it said, and it said I need nutrients, lots of nutrients. So here we are to add some more nutrients, and then what do I see today? Problem number 4, biofilm. I have seen this before, but I never really paid attention to it because obviously I wasn't working on such a big, large hydroponic project before. I've seen it in other things and other situations in the wild. But right here, in my situation, I've never encountered that before. Now, biofilm is a type, it's actually naturally occurring depending on the bacteria or fungi that is in the water. And it can happen over time, and you may see it in your hydroponics. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? I don't know. Okay, it turns out that I don't think this is biofilm. I think that this came from the water that I was using. I was using tap water. Now, you don't have to use tap water. You can obviously use well water, rainwater, distilled water, but I was using tap water before. But I'm thinking that there's 2 main reasons that this could possibly happen from your tap water or from any other type of water. One is iron bacteria that causes the oily film when your water has iron containing minerals. Another one is from decaying organic matter. For some reason, like if you have some type of organic matter inside of the water, as it decays, it starts to, degrade, and then there you go, somehow some type of process happens, and then bam, you have some type of like oily film or substrate. Now, I do have the option of re-sterilizing all of this stuff all over again, dumping the water, cleaning out the buckets, redoing all of this all over again. Now, if you look at this water, it looks, that there's something in that water, and I just do not know how to identify it. I just don't know. I don't have the equipment to figure it out. All I know is that, man, I think I can rectify this if I was to clean all of the containers and sterilize all of it all over again. However, I'm not gonna do that. For me though, I have a backyard. And luckily, fortunately, these plants are cold hardy. Cabbages can withstand a frost or two. And so guess what we're gonna be doing? We're gonna be planting these outside. Yes, we are, because I'm gonna be able to salvage them because they still don't look that bad in that bad of a shape. They do look like they're hurting right now. So what I can do is actually transfer these plants from a hydroponic setting to outdoors in the soil. Can you do that? Yes, you can. Can you also transplant a few other soil plants into hydroponics? You can do that too, but that's for another video. Right here, we're gonna go outside into my greenhouse and we're gonna be transplanting these outside. I don't wanna go through the whole cleaning out process because frankly, that's gonna take a lot of work, a lot of time, and I don't have time. I just don't have. Time is of the essence, and this is the fastest way for me to do this. On top of that, I'm in the process of, as you see here, a bunch of seedling trays because it is time to sow my seeds, lots of seeds for the spring season. And I'd rather have the space to do all of these seedlings than spend all my time here on my, on my plants. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Also, if you know someone that's into hydroponics, then don't forget to share this video with them. Maybe they can, they'll understand and learn a little something from my failures or my experiments. Until the next episode, you guys, where you and me both are going to be growing our happiness one plant at a time, one day at a time. God bless you all. Until the next episode, peace and love.